For my community. 好，让我继续啊，我们忽略其他所有的声音，我们专注我们自己，好不好
？Hey guys, am I part of your community?
Sense of belonging.
Sense of belonging.
For the social is yes, you are part.
Technically, we are in the same country, but culturally, we don't do anything like same with you guys.
What does it take to become part of your community? What do I need to do?
You like.
I probably make some problems and I would talk to you soon, but that's not a sense of friends.
If I can't be a part of yours, you don't get to be part of mine.
Why?
Oh, what? So you get to be part of my community, but I don't get to be part of yours? That's not fair.
Really?
Yeah, bugger off with that, mate. No way. We can see each other's houses. We live right next to each other. We're under the same flag in the same nation. Are we really that far apart? And how did we get there? Hey guys, wow, so that last video really took off. I was really surprised at how much of a response I got. Almost 1,000 views. Community members were outraged at what was happening. Everyone I spoke to seemed to be very upset. And even counsellors had a bit to say as well. Not all of it was good though. So one counsellor, Jordan Lane, has been welcoming.
You got to understand there's a history to Simon.
And Peter Kim is at least still responding to texts. But despite reaching out to the rest of council, by and large, they've been a complete stonewall. And I want to tell you all about them next time. Because after last council meeting, I wanted to find out if what Simon Zoe said was true. I want to know if he's claimed that there was his community in Ryde, Eastwood, and there was everyone else. Because if the crowd that showed up that night did feel that they were part of someone else's community, I regard that as a big problem for me. Because maybe that crowd was a foreign influence campaign, a Red Scare, or maybe it was a locally organised influence campaign, bussing people in from across Sydney. Honestly, I'd be glad if it was either of these things, because if it's not, then there's a community nearby that somewhere along the way is so different that even the allegation of corruption of one of theirs, they feel is a racist attack on their entire community. So I hit the streets of Eastwood to find out for myself. I really think that when I get up there, I'm going to find people who answer this question honestly, earnestly, and I'm going to have a great time finding people who might look different to me, but are just like me and want the same things. I think we're all heading in the same direction. And I think the answer to the question, am I part of your community, is going to be yes. I really think it's going to be yes. Okay, I wasn't not expecting to get no's. I really wasn't expecting to no's. Hey guys, am I part of your community?
Yeah.
No, you're part of my community. Why aren't I part of yours? No, why? I'm genuinely interested. If I regard you as part of my community in West Ryde, I live down in West Ryde, right? I ran in politics. Why aren't I part of yours?
Sorry.
Why?
I'm just with my old friend, so I think really busy. You guys started recording for what, YouTube?
Yeah, because you know Simon Zoe?
Oh,
he was accused of corruption, and a bunch of members of the community came out and said, I am not part of his community.
Actually, I think everyone is a part of another one's community. Yeah, but sometimes is the other person is no time to talking with another guy, I think. I'm getting mixed messages. You said I'm not part of your community. Yeah, because in the first time, in the beginning, I'm really busy. So I just said, no, I don't want, we are going to the karaoke sing. So I don't want some another things to
Come over. Yeah. Come over, chat. Come on. Rescue this guy. He's dying over here.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain that.
He's dying. He's like, I don't know what to say. Rescue your friend. Rescue your friend because he's totally confused.
Yeah.
He's totally confused. Help him dig out the hole.
Help me.
Hey guys, I'm Chris. How you going?
Yeah, I'm Jojo.
Hey Jojo.
Ken.
Hey Ken.
Nice to meet you.
And rescue your friend who is
Aaron?
Aaron. Yeah. So Aaron's got himself into a bit of a hole here because he started off saying, I'm not part of his community. He's trying to backpedal fast. So the question becomes, am I part of your community?
I think for the social is yes, you are part, but actually in the for me, for the
Sense of belonging.
Sense of belonging. Why? What's changed? What happened? How did we end up in different communities?
Well, like technically we are in the same country, like in Australia, but like culturally, like we don't do anything like same with you guys, and we might like just do things in our city, like
Why?
different culture,
yeah, just
like some traditional
celebration event.
But how did we end up in different cultures? You can see my house from here. From the top of Shaftesbury Hill, you can see my house. How did we end up so far apart?
Like probably based on what we experience in our childhood. Like we don't watch, like for example, I don't watch Marvel. Like I don't watch like any movies like from Hollywood probably.
What school did you go to?
University.
What school did you go to? What public school did you go to?
Here?
Eastwood Public, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
What public school did I go to? Eastwood Public, 5 and 6.
Oh.
So somewhere along the way, we lived in the same area,
Yeah.
but our paths digressed. So Councillor Simon Zoe failed to declare a lot of assets, and there's a lot of claims of corruption and all this kind of noise. What that led to was over 100 people rushing the council chambers and saying that a claim of corruption against Simon, sorry, not you, he's Simon, he's now Simon, against Simon is a claim of corruption against Asian Australians, Chinese Australians. Now to me, I'm like, what the hell? We can see each other's houses. We live right next to each other. We're under the same flag in the same nation. Are we really that far apart? And how did we get there?
I don't know.
Actually, we do know that. We are not studying for the communication or some. We just work on IT, right? So,
What does it take to become part of your community? What do I need to do?
you like do some people interesting.
Do some people
Yeah, they like or they interested in something. Just do that.
do some people I'm interested in? Well, what about yourself? What do you think? Like, what do I need to do to become part of your community?
I don't know, because like even though I'm your friend, like you know I'm your friend, I don't know what to talk with you. I don't know what to message you with you. I probably make some problems and I would talk to you, but that's not a sense of friends. Like,
Well, let me tell you what it would take to become part of my community. You're already part of my community. You can come to my address and I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera where that is, and if you knock on my door, you can come in for a cup of tea anytime. I'll tell you about politics, about history. I'll tell you about what's happening in the community of Adelaide Street, West Ryde. We can talk about what's happening in local schools, local developments.
Yeah, but actually I think like
Isn't that...
people is scary for something. Like for example, when I was young, 4 years ago, I just like bushwalking. I'm really tired. I want to go toilet. I just call someone. It's some house in here. I can rent that and just let me have some cup of tea. It's like an old woman. It's really friendly. But actually, if I'm in my house, someone just with me, I say no. Because I'm scary for some. I don't know who. Right? It's not my friend. It's not my neighborhood. I'm really scary. If it's some child, I think it's alright. Because I have some sister, brother. But if some man, some boy, I'm scared for that.
Yeah, I think you're looking at that, you're like, whoa, okay. I'm a bit wowed by that as well. People who live near me, I regard as people I need to look out for and help. Because when the community succeeds, we all succeed, and when the community fails, we all fail.
Yeah, actually,
That's like the perfect word. Everyone.
A rising tide lifts all boats. So when you win, I win, because we live so close to one another. So to exclude people from that, my view is anyone who would exclude me from their community is excluded from mine. Fair's fair. If I'm not part of your community, then you're not part of mine.
yeah.
Because anyone who excludes me will get stuffed. What do I need to do to join you? If there's no way to join your community, well, there's no way we can bridge this gap. And that's what's scaring me in council. When people start whacking up these walls of communities and say, no, Chinese, an attack on Simon is an attack on all Chinese Australians. No. An attack on Jerome, who's a white Australian, is not an attack on me. It's an attack on what could be a corrupt councillor. So do we want to live in a community where you've got your space and I've got mine?
Actually, someone, for example, in the beginning, someone be really friendly. I think I will be really friendly to him, right? Like I will talk really friendly. And someone is help me, I will to help him. But actually, like some Chinese people, or not really Chinese, some Australia or Chinese or another country, is people just in the beginning. I don't know who him is, right? It's no reason for talking with him.
Sorry, there's no reason for talking with someone?
Yeah, because I don't know who is him.
He's your neighbor.
No,
he's your neighbor.
He's not my neighbor. Like for example, I have a reason.
Anyone I see around here is probably my neighbor.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Maybe not.
To me it is, and this is the difference that we have. To me, if you walk past my house and say hello, I will have a conversation and say good day.
Yeah.
For you would not. You don't know him. It's like I don't know. I will happily have a conversation with anyone here, like this. Challenge me. Tell me I'm a dickhead. I'm okay. I'll listen to what you have to say.
Like, if you are okay, I'm okay. If you can be a part of my community, I think I can be a part of your community, right?
Right?
Yeah.
But I can't be a part of yours.
Maybe not.
So you can't. If I can't be a part of yours, you don't get to be part of mine.
Why?
Oh, what? So you get to be part of my community, but I don't get to be part of yours? That's not fair.
Really?
Yeah, bugger off with that, mate. No way.
No way.
No way. That's not fair. Not Australian. No way.
No way.
Why should you get to have your clubs, but I can't be a part of yours?
You can be a part of mine.
I can?
Yeah, you can.
But we don't know how I can.
Yeah, this is a reason because people cannot explain that, right? Sometimes people cannot explain that.
If it can't be explained, it can't be so. We've got 3 people who can't explain how I can become part of your community. I know, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough one.
Well, I guess yes no. Because we
Go.
different,
Come on.
like different cultural background, right? And we live in a different lifestyle. So like for example, like at the moment now we are heading to go to karaoke. So that's the way that we will relax after the final exams. For people like Australian, they may more like the way they choose to relax themselves. They might like go sports or they go traveling. So I mean that's like the way. This is just an example, like the way that we relax ourselves. Okay. So that's one example.
Okay.
And like besides that, we have different hobbies, different rabbit hole, and like we like different foods. Or the main point is we live in a different lifestyle. You get my point?
Yes.
And so it's but like this is just an aspect from the like life, but like in uni, I still need to hang out with some local people like Australians or from other countries, people from other countries, but except that study period, except that we don't really have too much communication. So and besides that, another point is that language barrier. I think that's the most important reason there's not a lot of like people from Chinese or other countries being part of the like
being a part of the Australian community and just like sense of belonging. That's what I've learned in high school.
Okay, so all of those differences can be true,
Yeah.
but they can also be true for very rich Australians to very poor Australians. Gina Reinhardt has a completely different lifestyle, hobbies,
Yeah.
perception of the world.
Yeah.
She's one of Australia's richest people. If I saw her in the street, I'd still say good day, and I'd
Yeah.
talk to her about where she's going and what she's doing and what hopes and
Yeah,
dreams
yeah.
and
We
goals
still
are.
say good day to like neighbours, even though it's not Chinese. But we still say good day. But from my point,
Your friend just said he would not answer the door unless he knew who it was. He would be like, no way, no way.
I say if it's I have some camera, security camera around my house, so I will say who is he, right? If some my neighborhood I know, I will answer. If I doesn't know, if some really looks scary man, I will know. Because I need to protect my sister, my mom, my parents here, my grandpa, grandma, right? My girlfriend. If I live alone, maybe I will help.
I think that's a big difference.
oh yeah,
between us.
that's
I
a
don't
difference.
have that same wall. I don't put that same wall up around me.
Yeah, like I know in Australia, like people, some people don't even lock the door when they at night. I'm not sure, or they like they don't.
Why would you lock your door?
Well, I mean, but if someone like
Why would you lock your door?
just
What are you trying to keep out?
what do I say?
This is the difference for me. My back door's open. I'm not going to give you my address, but my back door is open 24/7. It's unlocked.
You know why? Because my sister, he live in the Australia. Someone just stole his shoes and his clothes and his house. Just stole something wrong.
Was this in the city?
No? Just around the Chatswood.
Oh, okay. Chatswood's a much more built up,
And
busy, very different.
Near my house,
We're here in Ryde.
last year, have someone shoot gun kills his family. And so, you know, some security problem is around us, right? Yeah, actually, my parents' English is not really good. So sometimes,
Hey, guys, I know this is tense. Thank you for talking. I'm going to let you go.
sorry for that, but
It's okay. Thank you.
sorry for that, but I think, you know, different people from different countries have different thinking. It's different. So
But now we're in Australia.
yeah,
We're not in
actually,
different
Australia, but we will meet different events, different problems. So something.
That's the challenge. We're not in different countries anymore.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the time. I know that was tough.
Okay. Good luck.
Have a good one. It was good to
Thanks,
meet
guys.
you.
See you, Jojo. See you, Ken.
There you go. No.
I'm the problem. I'm out of touch. I don't know my community. Things have changed since I've been overseas. People talk about being part of different countries. Well, I'm a bit shaken up. People talk about being from different countries while all being here. We had people talking about how they don't regard me as part of their community. But then when I said, if I can't be part of yours, you can't be part of mine, they said, wait, why not? That's not fair. That's not okay. Wow. So, guys, I'm finishing up, but I've got a few responses to what I just did. I've heard back from a lot of people, and it's a bit confrontational. One of the first things that I need to tell you is that you're coming on a journey with me. I'm not here to tell you how things are. You're on a journey of discovery, and what I say next is important. This is important. I don't know. Look, people seem to be afraid of saying that more and more these days, but I'm not afraid of saying it. I don't know how everything is in Sydney or Australia. I don't know how my community gets on. I've lived overseas for a long time, and even if I hadn't, I still wouldn't have known what's going on, because I'm not alone in sensing that in neighbourhoods around Sydney. Our news feeds have become so global, filled with foreign politics that simply doesn't affect people or their neighbourhood. Our social groups have become e-friends and i-friends, so much so that, honestly, we don't really know what's going on the next street or next suburb over, like we did not so long ago. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to find out what's changed. We've got to keep up with this because the big newsrooms have been hollowed out. They're gone. And the newsrooms that are left, say Sky or Fox News or ABC or MSNBC, these are partisan, and honestly, these news organizations present a different reality to what most of the people I speak to see and what I see myself. So this is just my journey, not anyone else's. And that's why I spend days and days of effort of producing, editing, writing, filming this. I'm a gaffer, I'm a lighter, I'm a cameraman. This because I want to know how things are changing. That's why I'm throwing my head in a proverbial social noose that I am, because producing this is anything but risk-free. My journey is to find out what is going on and share it with you. All right. Another claim that people have said is that I'm stirring trouble or trying to dog whistle. Learning about this one. Rivalries between communities that simply don't exist. I'm trying to invent something new. And I love this one. So let's try it on like it's a rule. It is not okay to ask if you are part of someone's community. I tried that suit on for a moment. It didn't really fit me. Does it fit you? Hopefully we're not going to make it a mandatory uniform. The second one I've had people say to me is that the people I meet have a language barrier. That they don't understand what they're saying, or I'm misinterpreting, or they don't know what they're saying. Let's try this one on too. There are people in our neighbourhood whose language skills are good enough to time and again tell me that we live in different communities, but they're not good enough to understand what that means. And this is fine. And I'm the problem for asking the question. Nope, still doesn't fit or compute. Now, let's not be too harsh on these young boys that I did meet. They're still trying to work out what's what, and their earnest and honest appraisal is something so valuable and so rare. It's getting the truth out of people, I know from my experience, and it's so hard to get the truth about how they view their community. It's refreshing and valuable. And if it was politically incorrect, as what some people seem to be getting all up in arms about, and we are, if we're seeing this for the first time, let's not target these individuals, because they're just one small, honest reflection of a community that seems to be growing further and further apart from us. Let's look at the bigger picture, and first update our own perceptions before we start pointing fingers at someone else and saying it's their fault that you and I didn't know this happened. There's more I want to say, but I do like cutting it there because tonight is another council meeting. See you guys next time.